Hi, I want to give you some flight tips on planning your next trip or vacation. My credentials are I am a private pilot myself, fly Cessna 172s, IFR rating. I have some friends who are in commercial aviation, fly to King Air and Dash 8. And I work in airport management, airport operations and such. And I want to give a PSA on some good flying tips to make it a smoother trip for you. First tip is going to be to book your flight early. That's pretty obvious and fundamental, well-known knowledge. But the other option, if you know the exact time, date, and it's not contingent on weather or any other circumstances, go ahead and book a couple months early. But the other option is late, actually, and be on standby. You can be at the airport, and maybe they'll have 6 seats left on a late evening flight, and you have to wait. You might have to wait over all day or even overnight. But if you're willing to be flexible, you can jump on standby as long as your destination is not urgent. The other option is having an early morning flight that may depart as soon as 7 a.m. or a late evening flight, maybe 10 p.m. Again, flexibility is key. Non-peak days of the week, such as maybe a Sunday evening or Wednesday night, typically will fetch you a better rate and availability. The times of the year and location are critical as well. If you want to go to Orlando, Florida during the summer, you'll probably get a better rate than wanting to go to Florida in the winter where everyone wants to go. So you have to consider the time and location and the climates. The other option is having a lot of connections. If you're willing to fly maybe through Dallas Fort Worth International, LAX, Chicago O'Hare or Midway, Atlanta Hartsfield, or here in JFK here in New York, if you're willing to do a few connections, you typically will get a better rate versus flying direct. Other way to save, if that's a concern of yours, is carry-on luggage. Don't have more than 35 pounds typically, depending on the airline, and save some room for in case you pick up things on your trip. So again, patience is the key. You want to be flexible as far as booking early or even late if you're flexible and willing to go standby and it's not urgent. Non-peak days of the week and times of the day, as well as times of the year. So the other options are you can take a train or other modes of transportation, which might be a better bet for smaller routes. So those are my tips. Remember, aviation is the safest mode of transportation still, so don't be concerned about safety. Much safer than driving a car. And this is aside from TSA, but actually in air safety as well. So have a good flight. I hope these tips help on your next trip.